This practical activity will be familiar to many people. A piece of pondweed, an aquatic plant, is turned upside down in some sodium hydrogen carbonate solution and placed next to a bright light. As the pondweed photosynthesizes, the gases produced are released from the end of the stem as bubbles. In the setup here, a funnel and test tube are being used to collect the gas that has been produced.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Is turned upside down in some sodium hydrogen carbonate solution, and some sodium hydrogen carbonate solution, and some sodium hydrogen carbonate solution.
cannot be serious!
I have here what is called a conductivity apparatus. It's a pretty simple apparatus with a small light bulb. If I place this into a solution and the light bulb lights up, that means the solution is conducting electricity. There are ions in that solution. The substance is an electrolyte. If the light bulb doesn't light up, that indicates that at least within the sensitivity of this test, I cannot detect any ions, and therefore I would consider it to be, quote, a non-electrolyte. Let's see what happens with distilled water. Well, that's real exciting, isn't it? Within the limitations of this particular test, distilled water, which you will consider to be pure water, does not conduct electricity. It doesn't appear that there are any ions there.
So gas exchange occurs at the stomata, and it's actually oxygen that diffuses out and carbon dioxide diffuses in. And that's because carbon dioxide is required for photosynthesis, and therefore it's constantly being used by the cells within the leaf, particularly in the palisade mesophyll. And that maintains this concentration gradient, that you'll have a lower concentration in the spongy mesophyll compared to the atmosphere. And that's why carbon dioxide diffuses in. Now, oxygen is a useful gas. It will be used within the plant for respiration. However, because oxygen is also a product of photosynthesis, there will be high concentrations of oxygen within that spongy mesophyll compared to the atmosphere. And that's why oxygen will diffuse out of the stomata. Now, there is this compromise, this balance between having the stomata open to get carbon dioxide diffusing in for photosynthesis and reducing the amount of water that will be evaporating out of that open pore. So for that reason, photosynthesis mainly occurs in the daytime when there's light, and therefore at night time, there's not an advantage of having the stoma open. So the stomata actually close at night as the guard cells become less bent.
very best theories we have of physics don't rely on particles at all. The best theories we have tell us that the fundamental building blocks of nature are not particles, but something much more nebulous and abstract. The fundamental building blocks of nature are fluid-like substances which are spread throughout the entire universe and ripple in strange and interesting ways.